So, you want to find out what this channel is all about? My name is Dale Hawthorne, and I can give you some ideas of things you can expect to find here, things you can expect to find here in the future too, things which are in the hopper eventually, and which I'm doing research and working on. First and foremost, you're going to find messages from the Bible. I've served as a pastor, and I've got some experience with original languages, with Hebrew and Greek, and my undergraduate degree is in classics, classical Greek background. So I will be bringing you messages from the Bible, and there are going to be some sermons that I've preached, but I'm not preaching like I am in a pulpit. I'm speaking to the microphone, so that's kind of a new experience for me. We're going to be looking at culture too from time to time: arts, philosophy, logic, music, creativity, maybe the ancient virtues. There's some things I want to continue some personal research and do some sharing on that. Also, historical revival, as has happened in the church, and as I've heard the testimony and experienced my own life. Not like the revival that we're hearing about from a certain little place on the West Coast, which I don't believe is historic revival. I believe it's very counterfeit in many ways. But we'll be talking about some of the greats like Finney, Wesley, and some of the others, and some of the people who have been used in revival, even going back to I want to include something on a guy named Solomon Stoddard, who many of you never heard of, but who's been he was kind of the person that kicked off revival here in America. We're going to talk about ministry in the church, and avoiding some of the parachurch specialties and how they've caused some problems, and about how following Jesus is more than just sin management and avoiding embarrassment. And we're talking about prayer for revival, the outpouring of the Spirit, which there's already a message on that, and there's more coming. We might talk about business some. I retired as a in-demand consultant. I still get people trying to email me about jobs, even though my profile says retire from time to time. So talk about late bloomers, maybe some emotional intelligence, maybe some personal development, maybe some personal management, how to manage yourself, maybe something about business development, maybe some things along those areas. We'll see what we can fit in. There's a lot of messages which I have from the Word, so those really will take priority. Probably going to include some book summaries and critiques too, some books which I think that you should read, some pointing you to some books which I think will be helpful. I've already done a couple of those. Maybe some interviews. I'm still not sure about those, but I haven't lined up anybody specifically, but I do know some interesting people, some people that you may not have heard of, but we may be talking over some things. And last, I think we're going to be talking about worldview also, what it means to have a Christian worldview, contrasting that with some of the other worldviews, and also something which I don't think has gotten nearly enough awareness among Christians nowadays: original monotheism. The understanding that the idea of God didn't evolve, but primitive cultures already had the idea of one true God who created the world and sustains the world. And the anthropological evidence for that really is quite strong, although it's quite ignored nowadays. But we may have something more on that. So tune back in. Those are the kinds of things that you'll find on this channel. And if I find anything more, I'll let you know. So thank you for paying attention to me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for checking into this. And I hope to have more and more for you and be able to share with you. I don't have anything that I'm marketing. I'm not making any income so far, but I'm doing this primarily to share from all the things which I've had over my life for your good. I'm not here to be anyone's dad or anyone's counselor or anything like that, but simply there have been many things that I've received over the Lord, over the years from the Lord, from my personal life, my ministry. Just simply like to share with you and hope that they're a blessing to you and help guide you. So thanks again.